Hello, everybody. Tammer from House of Code here. Today, we are going to be starting a brand new mini series on building a simple Discord bot with Python. Now, this series is going to be quite small. I'm aiming to just make it around 10 to 15 episodes, but we'll be covering pretty much all of the things that we can really do with a general purpose bot. Anything from just simple commands to moderation to even a full on leveling system that is server based. So that way users can level up with their bots and we can keep track of all kinds of cool things like that. Um, Now, it is important to mention that to do a kind of project like this, it is highly recommended that you are proficient in the Python programming language. However, if you are a complete beginner, that is okay. You can still follow along. If you get stuck anywhere or need assistance, I do have a Discord server open to anyone. The link will be in the description. In that server, we have designated channels where anyone can open up a thread, describe their issue, and they can get assistance right away. However, if you feel like you'd be more comfortable learning a bit of Python, I actually have a 100% free full course beginner's guide to Python posted on this channel. It is about 5 hours long, but it covers everything from basic syntax to building full-on actual Python scripts. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, we're going to need to install a few things to actually get our bot set up and running. First thing we need to do is head to our browser and go to python.org/downloads. Now, if you already have Python installed on your machine, that's fine. You can go ahead and skip this step. If not, you will need to install the latest version of Python, preferably the latest version. And it is available for Windows, Linux, Mac, and just about any other operating system you can think of. All you have to do is just scroll down here and select the latest released version, which today, actually, as of recording, the latest version is 3.14.5. Now, I'm not going to show the installation just because it is pretty straightforward. However, when prompted, you will need to check the checkbox saying add pip, because pip is our package manager and we will need that to install the packages that we need to actually get our Discord bot running. The second thing we are going to need is an actual code editor, or an IDE, which is short for Integrated Development Environment. For that, I personally recommend Visual Studio Code. Now, I recommend Visual Studio Code because it is highly versatile, comes with a lot of tools and extensions, comes with built-in Copilot if you're someone who likes to learn using a bit of AI a bit. But most importantly, it is available for just about every single operating system that you can think of. So whether you're on Linux, Mac, or Windows 10 or 11, you are good to use this. And this is the IDE we're going to be using in this series. Now, I already have all of these things installed, so I'm going to go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code. And then we are going to create ourselves a new folder. So we're going to click on Open Folder here. And then I'm going to find my local disk first. And I already have a folder here. It's called Discord PY Tutorial. I'm going to select that. I think it's actually empty. And now we have a workplace, or a work area set up. And this is where our Discord bot's going to live. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to click on New File, and we're going to create our main script. Now, we can call this main.py or bots.py, and py being the Python script file extension. Just for some clarity, we're going to call this bot.py. Now, we're also going to need to do a couple of other things, and that is going to be installing some extensions. Now, we're going to install two of them. First, we are going to install the Python development pack, I think. Yep, right here. We are going to install the Python extension pack, which I actually have, but just because I installed all the other ones separately, it's not going to mark it. But if you install the extension pack here, it'll install just about everything you need to get a Python project running. But most importantly, you need this one here, just base Python. It is verified by Microsoft. That's how you know this is the right one. And it also has a large amount of downloads. The second one we're going to install is CodeRunner. Now, CodeRunner isn't necessary, however, it's going to make it much easier to run our code. All it does is really just add some functionality to this button here to run our scripts. And after that, that is pretty much it. If there's any other extensions you want to use, such as some AI autocomplete extensions, feel free to install those as well. Okay, now we are going to have to set up a virtual environment for our bot. And this is where our installed packages, like our Discord API wrapper, are going to live. So we are going to go on our keyboard and we're going to hold down Control, Shift, and P. This is going to allow us to run a command up here. And we are going to type in Python :select interpreter. You'll see it highlight up here. Just click it. Then we are going to click on Create Virtual Environment. And then we are going to click on venv. And then we are going to click on the latest version we have installed. So, if you have installed the latest, which was 3.14.5, go ahead and select that one. For me, I just have 3.13 still, so I'm going to select that one as that is my latest version. And this is going to go ahead and create a new folder in our workplace here. And usually this can take a little bit, but fret not, it usually just takes about a minute. It all really depends on your internet connection and your storage speeds. So, once it is already installed, you should get this message down here, basically saying that this is the environment selected. Once you have that, you're pretty much good to go. Now what we can do is we can open up the scripts here, and then we can hover over .venv, right click, and then click on Open an Integrated Terminal. It's going to open it down here. And now we are going to type in scripts /activate. And after you do that, if you see this green in parentheses .env or venv, we are good to go. Now, usually Visual Studio's code will do this automatically for us, but if not, just simply run that command and we are good to go. Now we can go ahead and pip install Discord. Remember, pip, the thing I said that we must install, that is our package manager. So now we are collecting everything for Discord. And we have successfully installed it. And we can confirm this by clicking on lib, and then under site packages we could see everything that we have installed. Perfect. So now that we have our API wrapper installed, we can go ahead and return to the browser because we need to actually create our Discord bot through the developer portal before we can start development. So we are just going to go to discord.com/developers/home, and the page should look something like this. What we're going to do is we're going to navigate to the top in here and click on Create. And then we're going to select Build a Bot for your server or community. We're going to give our bot a name. We're just going to call this YT bot. And you're going to select a team. Now, for me, I'm just alone, so I'm going to select personal. But if you have a team that you're a part of, or if you have anyone you're working with, you can select a team with them. Then go ahead and click the checkbox here so you can agree to the terms of service and developer policy, and then we can click on create. Make sure you pass the CAPTCHA, and we have our new bot made. So the first thing we need to do is grab our bot's token, which can be done from here under bot. We will have to click reset our token, and I'm going to have to actually enter in my key. And now we have our token. Okay, so let's take a minute and talk about this token. This token needs to be stored in a secure location on your computer. It can be in a text file, or it can be written down on paper, or wherever it can be stored and you know it's going to be located there, it needs to be stored there. You can always reset your token again and again, but it is quite annoying to have to do that often. So just be sure that you have this stored somewhere. For example, I have mine in a text file. At the moment, I just copied and pasted it there on my other monitor, so I highly recommend you do the same. It is also important to not share this token with anyone other than the people working in your team if you have one. If you plan on putting your bot's code on GitHub, it is highly recommended that you omit this token, or at least store it in a environment file, and then having that environment file get ignored, so that way when you push to GitHub, the bot's token is not included. This token essentially allows anyone to start your bot with their own code, so your bot can technically get hacked if this token is leaked. But luckily, Discord allows you to reset the token as many times as you would like. Perfect. So, now the next thing we need to do is go to installation. Under here, we need to click on guild install and add bots to our scopes. And then in here, for permissions, we need to add every single entry that you could see. Unless your bot is doing just one specific thing, maybe it's a giveaway kind of bot, or maybe it's for moderation, whatever it is, you can just select the permissions that pertain to what your bot's going to do. However, if you are following this tutorial to build a general purpose bot, then you're going to want to select all of these, because what's going to happen is when someone clicks the URL to invite your bot, essentially, whatever you have here added as your permissions are going to be what they're able to select and toggle on or off. So I'm going to go ahead and add all those real quick, and I will be right back. Alright, so now I have all of the permissions selected. Go ahead and click on Save Changes. Now, as you can see, we have our install link. This is the link that Discord users will use to add a bot to their server. So we can go ahead and copy that here. Go to our browser, hit enter, and we are then taken to Discord. And as you can see, we're able to add this bot to our apps, which wouldn't work for our case because it is a bot. Or we can add it to a server, which we are going to do. Then we can select the server we want. For me, I'm going to be using my test server. And then these are all the permissions we added from that drop down as defaults. And we can toggle those on or off. Hit authorize. And now our Discord bot is invited to our server, but it's offline. But no worry, we will be getting it online by the end of this video. We're going to first head back to our developer portal because there are a couple things that we want to do. First, we're going to go head back to bot, and we're going to scroll down, and we're going to turn on these three intents. Now, these intents are actually going to allow us to do some of the things we need to do, such as managing messages, managing things with the guild, um, such as events for guild members. And by the way, guild in this context is a Discord server. Just pretty much anything we're going to need, we will have to enable these three intents. This is especially important if you are making a general purpose bot and going to be doing a lot of general purpose things. Okay, now we are done setting up our bot. Now we can finally head back to our code and start writing. So I'm actually going to zoom in a bit first. Just increase the font size so you guys could see a little bit better. First thing we're going to write is import Discord. Then from discord.ext import commands. And this is going to import the Discord API wrapper and the extension of that API wrapper used for creating Discord bots. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to type in bot commands.bot equals commands.bot. And in here, we're going to pass in a command prefix. And we can just make this any symbol we want. It could be a dash, exclamation point, it could be a period. I'm just going to use a period. And then, comma, intents is equal to discord.intents.all. Now, we need to create an event that's going to log when our bot goes online. So, we're going to do @bot.event. This is known as a decorator in Python. And now, since our bot is going to be working with an API, we will have to do just about everything asynchronous. So instead of writing normal functions like def, we're going to need async def. This function is going to be called onReady, and it is important that you use these same names. You have to write it exactly as I do, otherwise this won't work the way that we want it to. And then this function here is just going to tell us when our bot is online. So we can type in logged in as, with an F string by the way. And in here we could type in something like bot.user.name. And that's pretty much it. Now, the last thing we need to do is we need to type in await bot.run. And in here is going to be our bot's token. So we'll just paste that in here like this. And it looks like that's not supposed to be there. But this is pretty much it. So now, if we go ahead and run our code, we are logged in as YTBot. And if we go to our Discord bot is online. And that is it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next, where we start making commands for our bot. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more just like it, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment telling me how you felt about the video. Be sure to also join the Discord server, as we provide assistance for coding, and we just generally hang out as we're all developers who need to network more. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.